Welcome to the OmniCable Wire and Cable Education Series. Today we will focus on value-added services. By the end of this segment, you'll be well versed in all of the value-added services that OmniCable offers. There are many things to learn about value-added services, but shown here we have identified our main objectives. We will learn what a value-added service is and the types offered by OmniCable. We will talk about lead times, standard colors, and special colors for striping and dyeing, and our return policy. We will show you the capacities and capabilities chart. Finally, we will conclude with a short quiz to see how much you learned about value-added services. What is a value-added service? A value-added service is a service or process that we will perform to enhance a wire or cable to make it more useful and or convenient for our customer. This type of service adds value by either bringing in more revenue for the cost of the service we provide, or by bringing in additional sales for having the ability to perform the service as well as selling the wire. OmniCable provides a number of value-added services which we will discuss in this module. Striping is a value-added service that helps with phase identification when an electrician is installing multiple cable runs of the same type and color. OmniCable can do two different types of stripes, a spiral stripe or an inline stripe. This process is mostly performed on PVC and nylon coated wires and cables, but we do have the ability to stripe Teflon, FEP, and thermoset as well. Spiral striping is applied to smaller diameter wires up to 4 gauge. The wire is fed into a specialized machine which pulls the material through the striping head equipped with 3 wheels that apply up to 3 different stripes of alike or different colors. The stripe is applied in a continuously lined spirally around the jacket with a solvent-based ink which dries permanently to the surface. Striping wheels of different thicknesses can be interchanged for different sized wires. Spiral striping is available in all sites. Teflon striping is only available in Pennsylvania. Inline striping is applied to large diameter cables, usually larger than 8 gauge. The stripe is applied in a continuous straight line along the jacket with a solvent-based ink which dries permanently to the surface. There is only one striping wheel, so only one stripe can be applied to the cable. This machine can also print custom lettering when equipped with an engraved printing wheel. This machine is used in tandem with our cable respooling equipment. Inline striping is only available in Pennsylvania, Georgia, Colorado, Missouri, Texas, and Illinois. There are standard and special striping ink colors which are shown here. All OmniCable branches stock the standard colors, but not all branches stock the special colors. We will not mix inks to create a specific color due to inconsistencies in color from batch to batch. Please refer to the Value-Added Services chart for more information or contact the Distribution Center Manager. A customer might request a certain wire or cable in a color that we do not stock or is not available because the manufacturer only makes it in one color. Instead of ordering a more expensive specialty wire or not being able to fill the request, dyeing will be offered as an option to our customer. The dyeing process is similar to the striping process and is completed on the same machine that performs spiral striping with a special dyeing attachment. The wire or cable is passed through a bath of a specially formulated dye multiple times before it is fed through a silicone rubber wiper which removes all excess dye. Some products will lose their UL rating when dyed. Please refer to the value-added service chart attached to this presentation for this list of items. Dyeing is available in all sites except for San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Florida. There are standard and special dye ink colors which are shown here. All OmniCable branches stock the standard colors, but not all branches stock the special colors. Again, we will not mix inks to create a specific color due to inconsistencies in color from batch to batch. Please refer to the Value-Added Service chart for more information or contact the Distribution Center Manager. Twisting is the process of taking multiple single conductor wires and twisting them together to create a singular multi-conductor cable. This value-added service is provided to customers to save them time and money. Instead of pulling conductors one at a time, the customer can pull all of the twisted conductors at once. Our twisting machine can twist from 2 to 6 conductors with a minimum of 22 gauge up to 10 gauge in diameter. Twisting is only available in Pennsylvania, Colorado, and Missouri. Paralleling is the act of taking 2 or more cuts or legs of the same lengths of cable and bundling them together. This value-added service saves the installer time by being able to pull all legs at the same time instead of pulling each leg separately. OmniCable performs this service using a paralleling reel to spool each leg, then complete the task by spooling all legs onto a new reel. We do not send paralleling reels out to our customers. We can also create our own parallel reels to send out to customers, but there should be a cost considered for materials and labor. To ensure that the installer can distinguish one leg from another, the ends are marked with a unique identifier, most commonly colored electrical tape, also known as phase tape. The same color must be used on both ends of the same leg. Paralleling is available in all DCs. Items with long lengths and or a large bending radius can only be performed on larger reels. Contact the distribution center manager for their capability before quoting or placing an order. Cable lashing is the process by which a galvanized strand called a messenger is secured to a cable with lashing wire to give it rigidity. This is mainly used for installation of cable in overhead locations where the cable needs to be self-supporting. Lashing can be applied to cable ranging in diameters from 18 gauge tray cable up to 1.5 inch in diameter. A specialized piece of equipment, the lashing head, is mounted to a payout and lashing is applied when respooling. Some wires and cables cannot be lashed, such as flat cable and medium voltage cable, so always check with the distribution center manager when you receive a lashing request. Lashing is only available in Pennsylvania. Coiling is the act of spooling the length of wire, but instead of putting the material on a takeout reel, the material is coiled on a specialized collapsible coiling head and secured with cable ties, then removed. This process can also be performed manually. Coils can save space and extra packaging, but there is little extra manpower involved. There are maximum weight, length, and bending radius restrictions on coils. Please contact the distribution center manager for capabilities before quoting or placing an order. Kitting is a value-added service that consists of pre-cut specified lengths with ends cut back for plug and play type installation. This is a time-saving service provided to contractors or panel builders. It saves them time by not having to measure, cut, and trim wire. Cut lengths can be as short as 6 inches and mixed with additional lengths with color coding that tells the installer which pieces are particular length. Kitting is typically done with 10 gauge through 18 gauge building wire with cutback of 1/2 inch to 1 inch and finished pieces ranging from 6 inches to 40 inches. Since kitting is a specialized value-added service, any request for kitting should be coordinated through your regional manager to be discussed with the operations team before the quoting process starts. Shown here are the standard lead times of value-added service. Each value-added service requires a certain amount of time to execute. Striping and dyeing is 1 to 2 business days. Twisting is 2 to 3 business days. Lashing is scheduled weekly. Contact the distribution center manager for the next scheduled lashing production date. Kitting is based strictly on the size of the order and determined by operations. Please note you must contact the distribution center manager for all large value-added orders to get an accurate date for completion of the order. Items are non-returnable after value-added services are performed on them. This includes striping, dyeing, kitting, twisting, and lashing. Coils and parallels may be returned in special instances and only if they are above the minimum return length. The non-returnable policy should be explained to the customer during the quoting process. If you flip a quote or get an order for value-added service, please reiterate to your customer our policy on value-added services and returns. This chart tells you the value-added service capabilities and capacities at each of our distribution centers. This list is updated frequently when there are any changes to our value-added services and equipment. If you have any questions about a specific service, please call the distribution center manager for more information. A copy of this chart is attached to this presentation and can be printed for an easy reference tool. A brief quiz will follow to see how much you learned about OmniCable's value-added services. True or false, a value-added service is a service or process that OmniCable performs to enhance a wire or cable to make it more useful and or convenient for our customer. Please fill in the blank. Striping is a value-added service that helps with phase blank when an electrician is installing multiple cable runs of the same type and color. Horizontal striping can be typically offered on wires or cables with a size greater than. True or false, the reason why OmniCable avoids mixing different stripes or dye colors together to make a custom color is due to the lack of consistency in our end product over multiple orders or sites. Please check all that apply. When is it appropriate to call the DC on value-add lead times? True or false, dyeing is the value-added process of adding an identification mark on the jacket of the wire or cable. True or false, when you dye PVC jacketed wire, you void the manufacturer's UL designation. OmniCable has twisting machines at the following sites. Paralleling is the process of. The site capacity and capabilities chart can be found in the following areas. True or false, all value-added services can be returned to the normal RMA process. This concludes this OmniCable Education Series module. Thank you for taking the time to learn about value-added services. Have a great day.